All right, 9.2, representing addition of fractions with unlike denominators. So the goal today is to be able to use a representation to do it. So in your notes, it says one strategy to add fractions is to use and it is model. So I'll show you a link you can use that are some fraction strips online. I also have physical fraction strips if you'd rather line them out. We'll get into how we will sort of write it down on the next lesson and how we find common denominators. I know I did a little bit in the last lesson, but I'll do a little more. For this one, I am going to focus on how we can use a model to help us figure it out. All right. So the problem, how far is Sky's house from Frida's house? So we have Sky's and Frida's. It told us the two parts. We're going to combine them, so we need to add them. So if we think about what equation could we write? Well, we could write 1/2 plus 1/8 equals the distance. Now, 1/2 and 1/8 are not like units. They do not represent the same size part of the whole. So I'm going to switch over here to some fraction strips. Now, this is like your assignment. You'll also see the video, this video there. Here's the link if you want to use these. Like I said, otherwise they have physical strips you can use. But the online one will work as well. So, again, we're doing 1/2 plus 1/8. So I can drag out 1/2 plus 1/8. I can say, okay, well, it's 2 of something, but they're different sizes. So I need to come up with a different way to note it down. Now, if I try and I say, can I make 8ths fit into a 1/2? How many 8ths will it be? Oh, look, 4/8 is the same as 1/2. So if I take these 4/8 plus this 1/8 I already had, then I can get my answer of 5/8. So if I add those together, I can get 5/8. It's like I'm saying 4/8 plus 1/8 is 5/8 because 4/8 is the same thing as 1/2. And I visualized it on here. I used a model to show it. Now, our curriculum likes to write it. So they'll look sometimes like this. So that's another way you'll see it. But I think it's valuable to be able to like manipulate them and not always just look at a picture. All right, so that's essentially those. So we'll do some practice ones. We're trying to find fractions that have an equivalent denominator. So if I have 1/2 plus 3/10, we'll clear this. So 1/2 plus 3/10. Now, I could say, well, can I make 10ths equal to a 1/2? Some things like I can't make 6 equal to 10ths, right? Those don't go together. But if I try it and I say, oh look, 1/2 equals 5/10. So that if I go here and I say, okay, well this is 5/10 and then 3 more 10ths. So I just have 5/10 plus 3/10, which gives me 8/10. All right, I'll actually remember to have you try one on this one. I forgot last video. So say, okay, 5/8 plus 1/4. I want you to see if you can figure out what the answer is. Did you get it? Hopefully you did. Because really, I don't even need to put the whole thing out necessarily. But if I want to say, okay, can I make some 8ths equal a 4th? Oh, look. 1/4 is equal to 2/8. So then I can say this is equal to 2/8. So if I have 5/8 plus 2/8, then that's going to give me 7/8. So hopefully modeling it, you're starting to see those equivalent fractions. Like, oh, 1/4 is just the same as 2/8. It's the same amount, same size stuff. Ooh, give this one a try. This one's a little tricky. 3/4 plus 1/6. All right, hopefully you got it. Hopefully you're using those fraction strips. You can open up the link and then use the fraction strips to help you. So let's model it out. If I have 3/4 plus 1/6. Now I might say, okay, can I do 6 to equal 4ths? Ooh, that doesn't work this time. I could try and see just 3/4. No, I'm going to get this weird part here. So that doesn't work. Unfortunately, I have to find a different one that I can make 4ths into and I can make 6 into. Like I can make 8ths into 4ths, but I can't do 8ths into 6, right? It's just a little bit smaller, but not small enough for me to do 2. If I do 10ths, okay, 10ths doesn't work. Let's try 12ths. Okay, so 3/12 is 1/4. So then I can do some more 12ths. There's my next 4th. There's my next 4th. Now do they work for 6ths? And they work for 6ths. So notice how I didn't use either of the denominators. I found a new one that works for them both. Because 4 goes into 12 and 6 goes into 12. So then it works. So I have 3, 6, 9 12ths is my 3/4. And then I have 2 more 12ths here. So then I get 11 12ths as my answer. So that one again, I had to find a new one. All right, we'll do one more. And then on your worksheet, please use the strips. Please use some sort of model. Because the main thing I don't want you doing is just adding across. That is definitely not how we add fractions with different denominators. All right, I'm going to skip the ones with 9ths because we don't have 9ths on our strips. I'll get into ones how you could solve like that later. All right, go ahead and try 3/8 plus 3/4. All right, now you might have noticed this one was a little tricky because it's bigger than 1. So if I have 3/8, yes, 3/8 plus 3/4 to, that's too much. So I'm going to actually take an 1/8 and put it down here and say, okay, it's both of the rows, right? So if we remember from before, I know that 1/4 is 2/8. So I could say, okay, here's 2/8, here's 2/8, here's 2/8, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8/8 plus another 1/8. Or I can look and say, wow, I filled up one whole thing and I have another 1/8. So sometimes putting out the picture is actually the simplest way to do it if you have the tools available to you. If you need more help with the fraction strips, knowing how to use them, let me know. Otherwise, good luck.